Hi, I'm Dr. Bertice Berry, and I want to tell you a story. Back in the 60s and 70s in Wilmington, Delaware, there was an Italian sub shop on practically every corner. Everybody had their favorite. Ours was the closest one. It was just up the street across Market Street. Now, crossing a street was a big deal in our house. My brother had been hit by a truck when he was still a child. He survived, and so we were drilled on how to cross the street from the time we could walk. There was always somebody with you. I was about 10 going to that corner sub shop, and I'd been crossing the street for about 4 years. On my own, it was dusk, and I was going, and my mother said, "Do you think you can?" And I said, "Sure." I'd done it before, but always in the daylight. This time it was just about dusk. I think I was going for a pack of cigarettes, a small carton of orange juice, a bottle of ginger ale for my mother, and some French fries for me. I had that money tucked in my hand tightly, and I was walking and reciting the things that I had to get. That's how I can tell you now. Right when I got to Market Street, right at the corner of Market Street, between our alley, which was Gordon Street, wedged between 22nd and 23rd, right when I got to that corner where the street light was, a gang of boys jumped out of nowhere and knocked me down. I think there were about 4 of them. One grabbed the money from my hand. One slapped me across the face. And as I got down, just made it down to the ground, and I was knocked down, one came down close to my face, and I don't know what he had intended to do, and the others were hovering around him. But he looked in my face and said, "Oh man, that's Barry's sister." Fear and pride rushed through my system. That could have been good or bad. We Barrys were known for lots of things, and few of them were good. We were the household of all those kids and no daddy. We were that drunk lady's kids. We were the poor kids. We were the kids with the Goodwill clothes. We were the mean kids. We were the sad kids. To some adults, those things were said to my face. Bad family. That unsaved mother. But to those boys who recognized me as Barry's sister, they knew they were in trouble. And I don't know which Barry they referred to. I had some scrappers who went before me. All I know is they pulled me up in one swift move. They gave me back my money, and somebody gave me some extra. They tried to dust me off. And that same boy looked at me and said, "Don't tell Barry." I went to the store shaking and came back. I stopped at Market Street looking around to see if those boys were still there. They were long gone. I had my extra money. I came back with the items. I gave them to my mother and I gave her money. And she said, "Did the store clerk make a mistake and you not give him his money back?" I said, "No, ma'am." We were also the honest Barrys. A few people called us that. She said, "Well, how do you have money?" I told her what happened. My mother went out of that house, walking up the street like she was going to do something, and she would have. She came back and there was no one there. The night before I left for college, my sister Christine sat me down and she said something that I never forgot, and never will. She said, "You're a berry." And to some folks, that don't mean nothing. To my grandmother, we were B's black kids. To some people, we were those kids who are going to end up in jail. Things were said over us that just didn't happen, were not true. Because my sister said to me, our name don't mean nothing. And she actually used another word. She said, "But you're off to do something good. And what you make of it is up to you." People can know our name for all the good stuff you do, or we can just go on like we are. But who we become is up to you. She said, "Make something of this name." Every family also has a purpose. We have reputations. We have stories. During this holiday season, sit down with your family and ask them how they want to be known, what they want to be seen as. What do they represent? Are you the family that always feeds people? Because we were. But that's not what we were called. Are you the family that looks out for folks? Because we were. But that's not what people called us. What some people called us was not who we were. But who we are is not up to what people call you. Who you are is who you call yourself. I'm Dr. Bertice Berry, and I love you.